Hello guys, we're back. And it's good. We're starting with the best round on cobblestone. Renegades versus Rush. If you, for some reason, can't read. And JKS going aggressive here early round, trying to see if he can actually find something. Azza takes down one though, and JKS gets found on the other side of the map. Now only Nifty stands on the A side, and he's very, very low. Toy somehow doesn't even manage to hit him, but Blade does. So he drops, and now 3 versus 2, but Silent incredibly low, and for some reason thinks that he has to take a fight. A good shot by Ruru though, and now it's all left to Nex in a 1 versus 2 situation. He's got a kit, he's got a Kevlar, and that's 2 Ks. See if he can get a kill as well. Blade looking for Nexa. He is quite low. And Nexa, really, really tough situation. Does take down Blade. 6 bullets left, and it's not entirely impossible here. Nexa has to push him though, and Rue just playing it smart. Nexa even missing the shots up close, but does eventually get the frag. Is he going to survive the bomb though? Just barely survives. 13 HP left, so no round for Renegades, but nice HLTV stats for Nexa. And that's obviously the most important thing. That's a joke, by the way, if you don't realize that. Nexa buys a scout, and the rest of the gang buy pistols and armors, except for Nifty, who's obviously saving for the AWP. And on Rush, they just have a bunch of SMGs and a single AK on Blade. So they'll probably just be moving quick. It does look like they are just they are just wanting to take the A-map control. A huge nade coming in from Toy. That's a lot of damage dealt to the CTs, and the only guy playing on A is Nifty, and he's the only guy who doesn't have armor, so when he gets found, the A side is now clear, and it does seem like the Ts are starting to figure out that that's the case. Ustilo finds Toy on the other side of the map though, and Silent here. It's going to be Molotov in heaven. Ruru tries to push in, takes a bit of spam from JKS, I believe it was. Now a 4 versus 4 after plant, and a great Molotov from Ruru. Resmoking the doors means that the CTs have to delay their take, and it looks like they are just going to be saving. And I think this is a good call. We've seen a lot of teams actually do this today in just the matches that I've casted, but I think it works pretty well that if you are in the second round, you've got some Kevlars and you lose the site. I mean, what they kind of did was just gamble stacking 4 guys on one side and hoping that they didn't go A. And if they then go A and you end up in a situation where a retake is highly unlikely, then it could be a smart idea to just go ahead and save your Kevlars and give it a go next round, because then you can gamble stack again. And well, the first round is pretty much a 50-50. If we discount, you know, the fact that someone can make a read off of who you are, and someone can obviously try to work the map. It's a 50-50, and 2 50-50s, that's pretty good. So, if it doesn't work the first time around, you can go ahead and do the second time. They are gamble stacking again here, but it's the wrong gamble once again. A great shot from Azza though, takes down Akis. And now Silent does find Nifty. Ruru should be getting a free frag here, except if Ustio peeks. But Ruru has a Pfizer, so yeah, a bit of a struggle. Make sure that he takes a lot of time to actually line up that shot. He goes for more. Ruru takes down JKS. Azza finds a frag, and Azza still actually contesting this drop zone area. Gets taken out by Silent, and now it's all left to Nexa, who I think has saved all rounds. Yeah, he has. So that's actually quite interesting. He saved the first 3 rounds. That's quite rare, to be honest. 66 HP is trying to get away now. I think they must have heard him, right? Now they definitely know where he is. Does he want to swap out with UMP? No, he actually gets a kill on Blade as well and finds an AK. That's pretty amazing. Not quite sure. I don't even think Blade was low. I don't really understand how he died. He must have been low. I mean, there's really not any way around it. But I mean, sometimes if a player doesn't have armor, and I think if you hit them in the stomach, then that's a one-hit kill with the scout. But I would be very surprised if Blade didn't have any armor at all around like that. But definitely a good pickup from Nexa to get a rifle and 2 kills as well. So the B execute coming in now. Molotov on the stairs. Nexa in the Pasha corner is helping out with the first kill. As Akis drops Toy, going to be taken out by Nexa again actually, and Nexa looking for more, not going to be getting it. As a bit of spray through, does actually take down Blade. But the T's, it's not impossible that they could get a plant. It gets increasingly harder the more they wait though, because the smokes are now fading, and the cross the site is quite hard without the smokes. Nifty just gets absolutely removed by Ruru. Now Azza very low. He was quick to snatch the kill back in the CT's favor. And Silent, I like the way he's playing this actually. So what he's doing is he's just hiding, hoping that the CT's kind of peek for info or even go aggressive, and he can get a free frag or some free information. I do believe he just got spotted though by JKS. So now they know he's towards B, and it's too late for him. Apologies, it's been a bit of a long day. A good kill by Silent though. It's definitely not because the match is it's not interesting. JK is gonna try to make a play here, and is gonna be finding Silent. But what I was trying to say was just the fact that they spotted him on the B plant, and there was only 20 seconds left, so he couldn't make it to the A bomb site, even if he wanted to. So he had to commit to trying to win the round or save, and he got a single kill. It was his third of the round, and got the bomb plant, so that's definitely not bad. Apologies for yawning in the middle of the round, but it's normally I don't go to bed this late. Normally I like to go to bed before midnight in Denmark, and right now it's nearing 5 AM, so I am a bit tired, but it's not because the match is boring or anything. It's just because I haven't really slept enough to be, you know, what's even the term actually? Like outslept. That makes, I feel like that's close enough anyway. But I think you know what I'm trying to hint at. My energy is pretty low because I haven't had enough sleep. I think I would have had enough sleep for like a regular day, but yeah. Anyway, I could have slept in between the matches I casted. But Nifty with a good angle on through danger here, takes down Blade. And they actually caused a huge rotation. One guy is committed to the A bomb site, so this is all just a big fake, and Silent needs this kill, needs some help perhaps, doesn't actually, just takes the round into his own hands, and this strat actually works out really well for Rush, who now has the bomb site. And 4 vs 3 retake, the CTs, if Nifty finds a frag here, that might actually work for them, but I don't think the terrorists are gonna show, and if they don't find a frag, they should be saving. That is in fact gonna be the case. I just think it's that's a good call, you know. That's the only real call you can make. It would just be a suicide mission trying to run into this site, and instead they want to be saving, especially because they have the AWP. They don't really have any money either, so the 2 players that died will have to reacquire rifles. Nifty with a good kill actually. Just making sure that the economy on Rush is quite low. That's important. So 4-1 in favor of Rush. Didn't win the first buy round, but won the second. Now a fast flash towards Matrix and a Molotov as well. Means that JKS, even though he's playing alone here, must know that something is going on. He hears a second Molotov, a smoke and a flash as well, so he knows that there's more than one player throwing nades. But Renegades intent on playing the B-bomb site. Boost and drop actually ends up gifting them the first frag of the round, and JKS smartly uses his smoke. I think that was him, right? He used his smoke towards Matrix. I'm not actually entirely sure, but yeah, someone towards Matrix. And 2 fantastic kills from JKS. Played that perfectly. Silent takes down Nexa. Has to make something work. 2 versus 4 situation, just has to try to create some space and hopefully get a frag that can open up the round here. That's what Toy is kind of banking on. He's hoping that Silent can open up the site. Now that he's here, he can try to help him, of course, but isn't gonna get much from it. Nifty just takes him down and leaves it up all up to Silent, who is gonna be pushed closely. I don't think he's gonna be surviving this. He won't. Azza takes him down and does actually salvage the second AWP here, so a double AWP setup on the CC side of Cobblestone. Definitely not a bad pick, but I'm not sure that I'd go with the double AWP on a round like this, where you have the T's on a low buy, so it usually is the case that they're gonna just wanna run fast and flood a site. If you have 2 AWPs, that makes it a bit harder, but at the same time, I mean, it does give you just the more range advantage, so you can actually play the distance even better. So it just depends on how you play it, I guess. I'm just not a big fan of yeah, well, I mean, Nifty's just playing it like you normally would on the A-bomb side. Silent, though, gonna be taking down JKS, so Nifty gonna be caught from both angles here. And now, with the second AWP, it's gonna be pretty hard to retake, but Nexa gets into a pretty good position actually early on. And Toy, in a bit of a bad situation, but manages to actually get Ustio. And that's a very vital frag. I think, yeah, Azza is gonna creep through the smoke. Now it's all left to Nexa, who is in heaven on Arbor. So Ruru starts slow walking. Seems to be a good bet. He's trying to find Nexa and does so indeed. So this is actually the worst thing that could have happened to Renegades, more or less. They do have a bit of money in the bank because they did survive 4 guys the round prior, but they you know, win one, lose one, win one, lose one, and this time the T's were all 5 alive. So if Renegades don't get a few kills here, they're not going to be able to keep the money low on Rush. And with the weaponry that they've got, it doesn't seem very likely that they're going to be getting a lot of kills, but they are going to be getting 1 and even a second, in fact, even a third. In fact, Ustio just going to be wrecking everyone. Nexa also finds one, so all of a sudden this unarmored round with low weaponry actually just turns into the favor of Renegades, and heavily so, I'd say. Nexa with a really good angle here, and Toy trying to make something work in the smoke, but not going to be happening. Ustio, no armor, finds 4 frags. And I said that this was the worst that could happen for Renegades, but apparently it was the best that could happen to them, because I'm not even sure if that would have been a legit buy round for both teams. I'm not sure. Like, I don't think that would have necessarily put the round in the favor of Renegades. They got pretty lucky with the fact that, well, I guess you can't really say it's luck, but they did push 5 guys where the 5 T's were, but for some reason the T's still got caught out. Nexa opens up, Azza with 1 as well, and we want to apparently look at Nifty, who's on the other side of the map right now. Nexa finds another, and yet another, and Blade also goes down. Nexa is just on fire this map. 12-4, and some pretty impressive kills as well, to say the least. So 5-4, and now Rush is just in a really, really bad situation here. They lost a round that was, you know, pretty much a full eco from Renegades, and that just means the Renegades is, well, I wouldn't say swimming in money, but they do have a lot more money than they would have had they won a round where they bought up. So a bit of a struggle for Rush, and now losing that round and then losing the consecutive after puts them on pistols, no armor. We'll see if Ruru can catch Nifty here. I'd like to see that. Doesn't seem like it's going to be happening. Silent. Toying with Ustio, but not for long. Meets his demise. And Nifty finds Ruru. So, this low weaponry, no Kevlar round for Rush not working out as well as Renegades did. JK's going to be just picking off Blade. Akers takes the deagle, tries to make something work, and JK's actually goes down in the side. Toy almost finds another. So 5-5, even Stevens, and a buy round for both teams. We do see the double up setup again for Renegades here. It's going to be interesting to see if it will still work out for them. But I mean, 5 rounds on CT side Cobblestone is pretty solid. It's not necessarily a you know, a score that you'd be happy to end off the half with, but 5 rounds in the first 10 is definitely pretty solid, so I think they'll be quite happy with themselves. It seems like they've yeah, kind of just taken the reins of the game now as well, so it looks like it could be many more. Let's see what happens here. It does look like the T's wanna go for some sort of a B execute, but a good smoke timing from Ustio just stops the T's in their tracks. They are going to be pushing out though. Next are caught in no man's land, going to be taken down by Ruru. And meantime, Nifty finds a frag on the other side of the map. So T's actually have pretty much control of this side, but JKS and Ustio takes one apiece, and Azza with one as well. Everyone just chiming in. Ustio finds the last frag, and 6-5. Even with that entry on the B bomb side, they don't even manage a plant, and without the plant they don't get as much money, of course. So now in a situation where they have to consider whether they want to save or not. I think they'll go for Tech 9 body armor. I think that's the best bet in a scenario like this. They are going to be getting 3,400 next round, so they don't need that much money saved from this round. Nifty wants to make a play, takes down one, and then immediately gets stinged. Silent is actually going to be chasing him. He might just catch Nifty here. Oh, that was so close. I think he could have potentially caught him if it had not been for the fact that I think he missed his shot. But a good shot by JKS, just no holds barred. And Akers down in the mid, going to be taken out by JKS as well. Toy going to be peeking in a second. Ustio takes him down, and now it's all left to Blade. So looking more and more like a 7-5 here. Blade apparently trying to drag it out. Oh, with 50 seconds left, and just to smoke, it's obviously limited what he can make of this round. Does actually find a pretty good timing on JKS, and does actually dink him up as well, but JKS with 3 frags versus the pistols there. It's definitely not a good day in the office for Akis. He had one of the worst showings I think I've seen or remember seeing in any game for a pretty long time, I'd say. And it's not like this map is going much better for him, so that's a bit of a struggle. Oh, I should just put on auto direct again. So Nexa finds Toy through, I think that would be the box on like the optic boost. And Nexa looks like he really wants to peek here. They are going to be trying to take plat control. Azza takes down Blade, and then Nexa also finds Silent. So 5 versus 2. Nifty dropped pretty low though. Doesn't get much lower. But I don't think Rush can make much of this round, even though Nifty's low. It does look like they just want to take drop here. Looks like the CCs want to boost late round though. But another smoke comes up, and they're just going to try to go through this smoke. They get 0 kills out of it, and 2 kills for Ustio. So 8-5, favor of Renegades, and already a really good CT half here from them. And they'll just obviously want to keep going. I don't think a 10-5 is unlikely here. Looks like they really are starting to get control over their their playstyle here on the CT side of Cbble. And the buy from Rush isn't really that good. But Toy going to be just removing Ustio. So that's an easy 5 versus 4. They do still only have pistols, and the gun is more or less unsalvageable since it's so far back on the B plat. JKS once again helping out Nifty with these just pistol players on the opposite side. Toy peeking mid, gonna be taken out by JKS. There's a second round that they've gone A with 4 spies in the second round where JKS gets 3 kills. This time he gets 4 though. The guy's improving. And 9-5 in favor of Renegade. So the last buy of the half, and like, look at the money on the Renegade side. It just goes to show how one-sided the map has been. And it looks like Rush, they are wanting to change up the pace. They are already out of the B plat. Blade gets taken down. Toy should be taken down, but is just slightly later. Next, just with 3 phenomenal franks there. And Akis, last man standing. It's down drop, so he's kind of stuck and has to make a play, and JKS just kills him off. So 10-5. Said it wasn't unlikely. I don't think that was in any way a bold prediction or a hard prediction to make, I guess, but still ended up being 10-5, as I said. And all we're waiting for right now is just the break to end, so that the players can start the second half here. Renegades with 10 rounds on CC, that should be enough for them to actually pick up this map as well, I'd say. 10 rounds is really good on the CT side, excuse me. I talked about this earlier when I casted the EU Pro League matches, and I'd say like 6 rounds on CT, that's doable, you know. 9 rounds on T isn't all that uncommon, so Renegades only needing 6 rounds here in the second half. That definitely favors them. But we'll see if the players want to ready up soon enough so we can see the final half of this best of 2 match between Renegades and Rush. I actually really like how the players, they're just, you know, screwing around and shooting each other when they're waiting for the games to start. I don't know, it just seems fun. It looks like we are restarting. It looks like we are getting into the second half of this game. For my love, Ruru. Great name tag. I think Ake has got a total of 4 frags in, like, I think it must have been like 28 rounds last game. And now the guy has 3 frags in 15. It's, yeah, not really his day today. Steve just taking a fight here on plat, trying to see if he can bait out a push from the CTs on the A side, but that's not going to be happening. They do only have 1 player playing the A bomb side, and it's actually Ustio winning that fight. That just, in my opinion, is a clear-cut case of Toy showing him too much respect. That shouldn't really be happening. I like this execute from Renegades to even have a Molotov for hotspot. That's actually quite clever. They're going to be pushing up. Azza takes down 1, Ustio with 1, Blade with 1, JKS with 1. Now it's all left to Akis in a 1 versus 4 that looks pretty much impossible, and probably is. He does actually find 1 frag, so it's quite nice. Not going to get the second though. So Renegades 11-5, and they pick up the pistol as well. The CT's not going to force. Oh, they're just buying a bunch of grenades. It's actually quite interesting. It's basically, you know, an unwritten rule that you want to force in the second round on just either side. But apparently these guys don't play by the rules. And instead they buy nades. See if this pays off. Let's go and look at some guy who has the grenade. They're trying to... Well, they're definitely hoping that they're going to be pushing out B-plat at some point, and they can triple nade it and get a bunch of kills. Or at least just the first 1 or 2 kills. It is a bit of a stretch. We'll see how this works out. They are pushing the plant slowly. Akis throws the nade. It's a bit early. The other guys are hanging on to theirs. Everyone is actually going plat. That's a good nade, and I don't know, there's still a nade in play. Oh, I just got thrown. But it was a bit too early, I think. And Toy, he does actually find a frag, and Akis also finds 1, so 2 versus 2 all of a sudden. They do know where Akis is. I think he's Molotoved out, but a lot of damage done here by the CTs. Akis gets taken down, Toy with pretty much 1 HP, and also gets taken out by JKS, so in the end, while a valiant effort, unfortunately not enough to stop the Renegades from setting foot in their bomb site. So just a full eco round now from Rush. And they're pretty much at full eco last round as well, except they bought a few grenades. Ruru actually takes down Azza, but Ustilo's position is just so good that there really shouldn't be any way that they can lose this round. But I like the kind of gamble that Rush are making here, or at least the decision. Toy gets the kill there onto Ustio. But I like the fact that they didn't actually buy up. It's I guess the reasoning behind it is just that they're so far behind in this match that the only way that they can get back into it is if they eco and start winning a buy round where they have a lot of money, a lot of utility. So they'd rather have a buy round where they have a lot of utility at 13.5 than buying up and risking it and trying to make it 11.6. I think that's actually not a bad idea. I think honestly it's something that I normally only really see. Two good frags from Nexa there. But it's something that I normally only really see when teams are far ahead. So if you're up, let's say, if it was the other way around, if it was 13.5 in the other team's favor, and they were looking at a round where they could force buy or they could eco, I think in such a scenario it's probably better to just go with an eco, simply because you have so many rounds that you just want to have your buy rounds with extra utility. Because if you have extra utility, there's a bigger chance of you winning the buy rounds. You don't really need that many. But the B-side take is going to be coming in. Ruru and Ake is actually finding a frag each, and then Blade with another one. So all of the players here chiming in. And also Nexa taking a lot of damage from grenades here. Going to be flashing out his mate. I think that's really, really good. A lot of blind players. JKS finds 3 on a single spray, and the 4th as well. JKS. It's late, buddy. It's hard for me to really, even just showcase how insane that actually was. But that was such a sick round. Two of them lined up. A bit of lucky punch, I guess. But good flashes, both from JKS and also, I think it was Nexa. And then he peeks out. Yeah, the 2 guys that line up, those were a bit lucky. And then he also transfers onto a 3rd player and just goes out and straight up peeks the 4th guy. And it's looking more and more like a swift 16-5 for Renegades, off the back of that amazing Renegades, that amazing JKS play. And Ustio actually above drop, should be finding Akis now. And Will. So last guy standing is gonna be Toy, and he's B plat. It doesn't look like the T's actually have an idea that that's the case. Ustio really shouldn't be fighting this too much. He doesn't want to. I mean, he shouldn't give away his AK here, in my opinion. Not that it probably matters that much, simply because the game is likely going to be over soon. But still, there's no reason to give him an AK if there's no really reason to give that guy an AK, even if it's just what could likely be the last round of the game. Just play it smart and edge out the win. That's the better way to go about it, I think. And that's also the way he went about it. Nexa finding the entry kill into the round. Drops very low, but still worth it, I'd say. So it's looking like dire straits for Rush here. Potentially the last round of it could potentially be the last round of their Pro League careers, because they are set for relegation, or at least playing relegation matches, I believe. And it's hard to say if they'll get back. I mean, some of the players probably will, but it's quite unlikely that the team will get back. I don't know if it's just me being like pessimistic or whatever, but I just feel like if you get to Pro League and you drop out, it's likely because you weren't good enough, and I think it's going to be hard to regain it then, especially with the same lineup. But let's not dwell on that too much. Silent finds Nifty through a box, and Nexa finds Silent, then Akis finds Nexa, and it's just trades all over. Azza finds Akis, drops very low, but this flank from JKS and Ustilo with that kill. I think JKS is just going to be coming in from behind and killing off Blade, and that is in fact going to be the case. So Renegades take both maps. First map, Mirage, I think was 16-12, and now here on the second map, 16-5, so a very convincing win, and the most convincing win actually that I've seen all day today in the matches that I've casted in Pro League. But I hope you have